Hello dear students. Today we are going to see communication interface. ये हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में इसका इंट्रोडक्शन देखा था कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस का, बट टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू सी कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेसेस इन डिटेल. Basically, there are two types of communication interfaces: onboard communication interface and external communication interface in embedded system. अभी कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस होते क्या है? These are the devices through which embedded system can interact with various subsystems and the external world. For embedded product, communication interface can be viewed in two different perspectives: डिवाइस और बोर्ड लेवल कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस, जिसको हम बोलते हैं ऑन बोर्ड कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस, और दूसरा होता है प्रोडक्ट लेवल कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस, जिसको हम बोलते हैं एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस. Now, talking about the first one, onboard communication interface. For communicating with various subsystems of embedded system and with the external world, we use communication interface, in which we go for onboard communication interface when device or board level communication interface is required. These are used for internal communication in embedded system, that is communication between different components present on the system. The communication channel which interconnects the various components within an embedded product is referred as device or board level communication interface. इसका सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है पैरेलल बस इंटरफेस. देर आर मेनी मोर एग्जाम्पल्स, दैट इज इंटर इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट, जिसको हम बोलते हैं I2C, सीरियल पेरिफेरल इंटरफेस, यूनिवर्सल asynchronous receiver transmitter, that is UART. This is very important in embedded system. One wire interface and parallel interface also. ऑनबोर्ड कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस में पहला जो है इंटर इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट, उसको अब हम डिटेल में देखेंगे. नाउ दिस इंटर इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट, जिसको हम I2C भी बोलते हैं, इज अ बस. इट इज अ सिंक्रोनस bidirectional half duplex two wire serial bus which provides communication link between integrated circuit. It is, मैंने जो बोला, it is asynchronous नहीं, that is is not asynchronous, it is used for a single term. Okay, so it is basically synchronous. सिंक्रोनस जो सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में काम करता है क्लॉक के साथ में. इट वॉज डिजाइंड बाय फिलिप्स सेमीकंडक्टर्स इन 1980s. It was developed to provide an easy way of connection between a microprocessor or a microcontroller system and peripheral chips in television sets. I2C is a shared bus system to which many devices can be connected. कितने भी डिवाइस हम उस पर कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. डिवाइसेस कनेक्टेड बाय I2C कैन एक्ट एज आइदर मास्टर और स्लेव. मास्टर मतलब जो ड्राइव कर रहा है, और जो उसको फॉलो कर रहा है वो हो जाएगा स्लेव. देन दिस इज वन टाइप ऑफ I2C स्ट्रक्चर, जिसमें मास्टर स्लेव का यूज हुआ है. स्टार्ट एंड स्टॉप कैन बी इंटीग्रेटेड बाय कीपिंग SCL. यहाँ पर आपको ये दिख रहा है SCL लाइन, इसको हाई रखेंगे तो स्टार्ट और स्टॉप का फंक्शन हम कर सकते हैं. एंड चेंजिंग द लेवल ऑफ SDA ऑल्सो. To generate start condition, the SDA is changed from high to low while keeping the SCL high. SCL को high ही रखना है. To generate stop condition, SDA goes from low to high while keeping the SCL high. दोनों conditions में SCL को high पर ही रखना है, मतलब 1 पर ही रखना है. SDA को अगर हम change करेंगे तो उसके हिसाब से start और stop चेंज हो सकता है. अगर हम SDA को हाई से लो कर देंगे, मतलब 1 से 0 कर देंगे, तो वो स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, और उसका उल्टा कर देंगे, अगर 0 से 1 कर दिया तो वो स्टॉप हो जाएगा. बोथ SCL एंड SDA लाइन्स आर ओपन ड्रेन ड्राइवर्स. व्हाट डज दिस मीन? इट मीन्स दैट द चिप कैन ड्राइव इट्स आउटपुट लो, बट इट कैनॉट ड्राइव इट हाई. खुद से हाई पर नहीं जा सकती वो. For the line to be able to go high, you must provide pull-up resistors to VCC, that is the power supply. there should be a resistor from SCL line to VCC. Here you can see it in the diagram, and another from SDA line to VCC also. You only need one set of pull-up resistors for the whole I2C bus, not for each device. VCC depends on the device used. Typically it is 5 volts. The devices on the I2C bus are either masters or slaves. The master is always the device that drives the SCL clock line. The slaves are the device that respond to the master, जो master के पीछे पीछे चलते हैं. A slave cannot initiate a transfer from I2C bus. Only a master can do it. There can be multiple slaves on I2C bus. However, there is normally only one master. एक ही master होता है जिसको हम हमेशा follow करते हैं. So there is generally one master, but it is possible that there can be more masters. But अगर more masters है तो that is unusual. Slaves will never initiate a transfer. Both master and slave can transfer data on the I2C bus, but the transfer is always controlled by the master. Then the next one is next example of onboard communication interfaces, serial peripheral interface, that is SPI bus. It is again a synchronous serial communication interface specification used for short distance communication, primarily in the embedded systems. ये भी synchronous है, मतलब clock के साथ में काम करेगा. The interface was developed by Motorola in the mid 1980s and has become a standard for all the peripheral interfaces. Typical applications include secure digital cards and liquid crystal display, LCD जो आप बोलते हो. SPI devices communicate in full duplex mode using master slave architecture, usually with a single master. जैसे पिछले इसमें था, single ही master रहेगा. The master device originates the frame for reading and writing. The master slave devices may be supported through selection with individual chip select, CS, sometimes called slave select, SS. यहाँ पर आप डायग्राम में देखो SS है, that is slave select line. Sometimes SPI, that is serial peripheral interface, is called a 4-wire serial bus, contrasting with 3, 2, 1 wire serial buses. The SPI may be accurately described as synchronous serial interface, but it is different from synchronous serial interface, that is SSI protocol, which is also a 4-wire synchronous serial communication protocol. For any given transaction, in SPI there is one master and multiple slave communication. Here you can see there is one master and multiple slave communication. SCLK is serial clock, that is output from the master. MOSI is master out slave in. ये क्या है? Data output है from the master. MISO is master in slave out, that is output from the slave, or in other words you can say it is input to the master. Then SS or CS is slave select. It is often active low, output from master to indicate that data is being sent, इसलिए उसको बार से दिखाया गया है. SS1 बार, SS2 बार, SS3 बार, that is it is active low. जब उस पर low signal आएगा तो ही वो communicate करेगा. To begin communication, the bus master configures the clock using a frequency supported by the slave device. It is generally in megahertz only. The master then selects the slave device with a logic level 0 on the select line. ये जो select lines है SS1, SS2, SS3 बार, SS1 बार, SS2 बार, SS3 बार, इस पर से वो select करता है. If a waiting period is required, such as for an analog to digital conversion, the master must wait for at least that period of time before issuing the clock cycle. SPI is used to talk to variety of peripherals like sensors, then control devices like digital potentiometers, digital to analog converters, then camera lenses, UART, USB, and memory, that is flash, EEPROM, real-time clocks, LCDs, and many more. Then the next interesting topic is UART. UART is again an example of the onboard communication interface. An embedded system often requires a means for communicating with external world for a number of possible reasons. It could be to transfer data to another device, sending and receiving commands, or simply for debugging purposes. One of the most common interface used in embedded system is universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, that is UART, universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. When a board arrives in the hands of software or firmware team, the first step is typically to get the debug console function. The debug console is serial interface which historically is implemented as RS-232 to connect with a PC serial port. When properly configured, the UART can work with many different types of serial protocols that involve transmitting and receiving serial data. कैसे होगा? In the form of zeros and ones. There is an extra bit for start and an extra bit for stop also. In serial communication, data is transferred bit by bit using a single line or wire. In two-way communication, we use two wires for successful serial communication. Depending on application and system requirements, serial communication needs less circuitry and wires, which reduces the cost of implementation. Here in this second one, you can see एक receiving के लिए है और एक transmission के लिए. So it is two wire, but it is done again bit by bit only. The UART is the peripheral on microcontroller which can send and receive serial data asynchronously. मतलब उसको क्लॉक के लिए वेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. While RS-232 is a signaling standard only. दोनों में काफी डिफरेंस है. लगता है कि एक ही चीज कर रहे हैं तो दोनों सेम है, बट RS-232 इज डिफरेंट, जो हम आगे और अभी देखेंगे. Then next topic, again an example of onboard communication interface. One wire is a communication system designed to interface simple sensors and devices with single wire interface. This system is used for low speed and low power communication devices. There are two modes of operation available: standard speed and overdrive speed. The achievable data rate with standard speed is 16.3 kilobits per second, while overdrive mode communication is done at 10 times the standard speed. This protocol uses a single data line for data transmission from one device to another. Single line ही use करता है वो एक device से दूसरी device को communicate करने को. The bus is half duplex so that data can move in both directions but not at the same time. अगर एक बार send कर रहा है तो उसको रुकना पड़ेगा receive करने के लिए. When required, an extra wire can also be used to power up the slave device. The protocol supports one slave, single drop जिसको बोलेंगे, और many slaves जिनको multi drop बोलेंगे. On that controls the transfer of information on the bus. The master initiates all transfer on the data line. Transfer of data is only possible between master and slaves. So data cannot be transferred between the slaves. Slave आपस में नहीं communicate कर सकते. Master से slave होगा, फर्स्ट स्लेव जो है वो मास्टर से करेगा, सेकेंड स्लेव जो है वो मास्टर से करेगा, पर आपस में फर्स्ट स्लेव और सेकेंड स्लेव कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर सकते. अ क्लॉक इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर दिस प्रोटोकॉल एज ईच स्लेव इज क्लॉक्ड बाय एन इंटरनल ऑसिलेटर सिंक्रोनाइज टू फॉलिंग एज ऑफ द बस. जब उसका फॉलिंग एज आता है क्लॉक का, उसके साथ में सिंक्रोनाइज रहते हैं, उसके साथ में उनका डेटा चेंज होता है. व्हेन ट्रांसफरिंग अ बाइट, the least significant bit is transferred first. One-wire devices operate in an open drain environment on bus voltages which range very small, 2 वोल्ट से लेके 5.5 वोल्ट तक ही होता है. Exact logic levels and minimum pull-up voltages are device dependent, though generally parasite power devices require minimum pull-up voltage of 2.8 volts. The resistor provides logic high signals passively with the bus master and all slave devices driving the logic low signals. Devices usually include a weak internal pull down. Communication over one wire bus is divided into time slots of 60 microseconds, which is very low. टाइम जो है वो लो है, मतलब उतना फास्ट एक्ट करेगा. ओके, ऐसा नहीं है कि कम्युनिकेशन को टाइम लगेगा. जो टाइम वो ले रहा है कम्युनिकेशन को वो बहुत ही छोटा है, 60 माइक्रो सेकेंड्स, मतलब उसकी स्पीड बहुत ज्यादा रहेगी. टाइम जो ले रहा है वो बहुत लो है. Then this is an interface between one wire device and the bus master. Parallel interface refers to multi-line channel with each line capable of transmitting several bits of data simultaneously. Before USB ports become common, most personal computers had at least one parallel interface for connecting a printer using a parallel port. The next topic is parallel interface. These are used for communicating with peripheral devices which are memory mapped to the host of the system. The device which supports parallel bus can directly connect to this bus also. Controlled by the control signal interface between device and the host. Read and write and select also. It is always initiated by host processor. If device wants to initiate, then it should use interrupts. अगर उसको कुछ communicate करना है तो उसको interrupt signal भी send करना पड़ेगा. Then only it can communicate with the host processor. The direction of data is controlled by read or write lines. Decoder circuit activates the chip select line to activate the device. यहाँ पर आप ये फिगर में देख सकते हैं कि किस तरीके से अगर एक प्रिंटर कनेक्ट करना है तो किस तरीके से कम्युनिकेशन होगा. इन दैट द ईच लाइन कैन ट्रांसमिट सेवरल बिट्स ऑफ डेटा साइमल्टेनियसली. यहाँ से आप देखो ये जो ईच लाइन है वो काफ़ी सारे सिग्नल्स एक साथ ट्रांसमिट कर सकते हैं. बट द प्रिंटर जो है, प्रिंटर साइड पर जो है वो जो डेटा है वो यूज़ करने के लिए वो पैरेलल पोर्ट यूज़ करता है. एंड जब तक पैरेलल पोर्ट नहीं है तब तक के वो उसके साथ में प्रॉपरली कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाएगा. The diagram here shows a printer with parallel interface that can be connected to TDS 9092 computer. Most PCs are suitable for such type of connection. The pins that you can see here in the bracket, ये जो यहाँ पर दिखाई दे रही है, are those at the PC end of PC to printer cable. ये PC के pins के number है. Then next is external communication interface. These are the embedded system which may be a part of large distributed system, and they require interaction and data transfer between various devices and the sub-modules. The product level communication interface is responsible for data transfer between the embedded system and other devices on the modules. The external communication interface can be either a wired media or a wireless media, and it can be serial or parallel interface also. जो second type है, एक on board हुआ और अभी दूसरा external type है. इसके examples क्या है? RS-232, RS-485, USB, IEEE 1394, which is also called FireWire, infrared, then Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, General Packet Radio Service जिसको हम GPRS भी बोलते हैं. तो ये सब एग्जाम्पल्स है एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन इंटरफेस के. Now we'll see them one by one. In telecommunication, RS-232 or it is RS का क्या फुल फॉर्म है? रिकमेंडेड स्टैंडर्ड. मतलब हर किसी को वो एक स्टैंडर्ड दिया हुआ है जो हर किसी के साथ में कंपैटिबल हो जाएगा या उसको देखकर बाकी चलेंगे. It is a standard originally introduced in 1960s for serial communication transmission of data. It formally defines signals connecting between data terminal equipment such as computer terminal and data circuit terminal equipment such as modem. The standard defines electrical characteristics and timing of signals. The physical size and pinout of connectors are also defined by them. The current version of standard is TIA 232F. It is a data terminal. It is an interface between data terminal equipment and data circuit terminating equipment. RS-232 standard had been commonly used in computer serial ports and is still widely used in industrial communication devices. A serial port complying with RS-232 standard was once a standard feature of many types of computers. वही यूज होता था हर इसमें. Personal computers use them for connections not only to modems but also to printers, computer mouse, then data storage, then uninterruptible power supplies and other peripheral devices also. Compared with the later interfaces such as RS 422, RS 485 and Ethernet, then RS 232 has lower transmission speed, shorter maximum cable length, larger voltage swing, then larger standard connectors, no multi-point capability and limited multi-drop capability, which is very important. Drop कम होना चाहिए. In modern personal computers, USB has displaced RS-232 from most of its peripheral interface roles. Few computers come equipped with RS-232 ports, so one must use either an external USB to RS-232 converter or an internal expansion card with one or more serial ports to connect RS-232 peripherals. It is simplicity and many computers are still using the RS-232 interfaces, particularly in industrial machines, networking equipment, scientific instruments, where a short range point-to-point, low-speed wired data connection is fully educated. This is a connector, that is RS-232 connector. उसकी पिन कैसे दिखती है वो डायग्राम में दिखाया हुआ है और सभी पिन्स के नाम दिए गए हैं. The original pin layout for RS-232 was developed for 25 pins D sub connector. From IBM 80 machine, popular 9 pins connector are commonly used. RS-232 DB9 to DB25 converter cables support mixed applications for 9 to 25 pins. The description of each pin is given here. Pin 1 is data carrier detect. वो डिटेक्ट करता है कि क्या वहाँ पर डेटा आ रहा है. Pin 2 is the receive data, that is for receiving data. Pin 3 is for transmission of data. Pin 4 is that the data terminal is ready to receive data. Pin 5 is the ground. Pin 6 is data set ready. And pin 7 is request to send. Transmit करने के लिए उसको पहले permission लेनी पड़ रही है, तो request to send is pin number 7. Pin number 8 is clear to send, that it can now send the data. And pin number 9 is the ring indicator. Then this example illustrates the use of microcontrollers module. Connection to PC is enabled through RS232. ये PC के साथ में connection के लिए use होता है. The program works in a very simple manner. Every byte received via serial communication is displayed using LED diodes connected to port B and is automatically returned to transmitter after that. If an error occurs on receipt, it will be signaled by switching the LED diode on. The easiest way to test device operation practically is by using a standard Windows program called Hyper Terminal. This is all for today's lecture. If you have any difficulty in today's lecture, please let me know. Thank you.